Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see you. I know that it's going to be a very rainy day today, but I promise we're going to make the best of it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our morning message. Let me slide you forward. All right, so it says, good morning with the exclamation point. Today is, we know that yesterday was what day of the week? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then what comes after Tuesday is Wednesday. Good. And I put a capital W because it is a specific name of a day of the week. Wednesday. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020. And I already told you guys that it is going to be a very rainy day today. So that's why we have our cloud with rain and lightning coming out of it. We are still in the season of spring, and we know that our digital date is 4-22-20, right? We've learned how to do that at school. So let's take a look at our first skill. Let me scoot forward just a tiny bit. All right, so it says, let's find the beginning digraph blend. So remember, the digraph is whenever we put two sounds together to make a new sound. So we're looking at the beginning ones, which means that it's the very first two sounds that we hear. So the first and the second sound that we hear, we blend them together. So this picture here, this little yellow thing that girls wear sometimes, what are they called? Dress, right? And what's the beginning sounds that we hear? Dur, d, dur. What two letters make the dur sound? Is it S and K, C and R, or D and R? Dur, d, dur, right? D, dress, dress, right? So I would go ahead and connect the DR over to the picture of my dress. Then with this one here, the little girl has, what is she doing? What is that in her hands? She's skiing, right? Say skiing, skiing, sk, sk. That is the very first digraph that we are looking for. Say sk. What two letters do we blend together to make the sk, skiing sound? Sk. Is it SK, CR? Sk. Sk, right? S and K, good. The next one, we have a picture of a pizza, but we are only looking at the top part, which is called the crust. Say crust, crust. What's the very first two sounds that you hear, or the digraph blend that you hear? Crust, cur, right? Cur, say cur. What two letters do we blend together to make the cur sound? Cur, cur. Good, the C and the R, good. And that is all of our blends. We have matched them up with their pictures. The next one says, let's find out how many words are in the sentence below. So I'm going to pin this up so that we can see a little bit better. All right, so we're trying to find out how many words there are in a sentence, and we know that when we go through and we read the sentence, we know that between each finger space is a word, right? So let's go ahead and count. Before we even read the sentence, let's count. So 1, finger space, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many words are there? 8 words. Good. So I fill it in here. 8 words. 8 words. And then it says, let's read the sentence in a whisper voice. So a whisper voice, remember, it's a low voice. Uh-oh, I don't think you can see the end of my sentence. Let me scoot that back. There we go. You can see all 8 words. Sorry. So I'm going to go through and count again just so that you can see. I'm not crazy. I promise there's a word there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry. All right. So we're going to go through and read it in a whisper voice. So here we go. Do we know this word? D. Ah. That's one of our sight words, right? We can't sound it out. It's do. Good. So do, another sight word, you, TH together is ink, think, he will catch a fish. And then you'll see a little boy, he has a fishing pole, right? So now let's go back and read that in a whisper voice. Do you think he will catch a fish? Did you notice how my voice kind of went up at the end? Why? Because of this thing here, right? Our question mark tells us that our voice goes up at the end because we're curious. We were asking a question, we want to know the answer. All right, the next thing that we are going to do is our math section. It says, let's complete the number sentence below. So we have a number sentence that needs to be filled in. We have one addition, which means plus, right? And one subtraction, which means we have a minus sign. So we're going to go through and count to see how many we're adding together. So on our first one, we have 1, 2, 3, which would be our first number, right? So I write in 3. And then on the second one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I write that in. And we know that whenever we're adding, that means we're joining them together, so it makes one big group. And if we go through and count them all together, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 is our answer. And then on the next one, we are subtracting, which means we're taking away. And we know that on a subtraction problem, we just ignore the x's for now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 that we started off with, all 9. And then they took some away, which are the ones with the x's. How many did they take away? 1, 2, 3, 4. They removed 4. And how many are left without x's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job.